So how do you deal with, in that scenario with what you just mapped out there, the sophisticated buyer who's done some due diligence, who knows what's going on, who's gotten to the point where they're in this conversation, they just want to see price, they just want to see that feature. How do you calm them down a little bit and make sure that you lead that process without getting in their way?
Yeah, I want to preface this with, I rarely see that situation, just because it's like, when you hop on a sales call, you're that sophisticated buyer. Right. But it's like, for us, I rarely see, I don't know about you, I rarely have an SVP want to talk to me on the very first conversation, or like a chief revenue officer. So I would just like kind of keep that in mind. It depends on kind of who you are and what you're selling. So the sophisticated buyer, the talk track sounds a lot like this. So John, obviously you've been a VP of sales at XYZ company for a decade. You've probably brought in trainers before in the past, I would assume. Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. Yeah. So there's a couple things that we do. They're maybe a little bit different than what you might have done before. And we've gotten some really good results with companies like Gong, Medallia, Zoom. You're trying to get to a third of your AE's pipeline being self-sourced. Do you want me to kind of walk you through like how we were able to get that outcome for them? Is that cool if I share that every time they say yes?
Sure. Yep.
Hey, one of the perspectives, obviously you have a lot of really good direction from a senior level on like the vision, where the sales org is going over the next couple of years. There's some other parties I would recommend that we get involved as well. Sales enablement is typically going to want to have their eyes on content so they can reinforce it. And I would love to get some frontline leaders on a call as well, so we can get their perspective, boots on the ground, like their buy-in. I find if we don't have it, we can do everything we want from a training standpoint, but they're not going to implement it well with their reps unless they really like and resonate with the content. So with that being said, I'm happy to give you price, but can I make a recommendation based on how I've seen it work really well with a few other organizations on what we could do for a next step? I always get a yes with that. Yeah, I like so it. The sell the outcome is, I'm not going to walk them through how to buy my stuff. I'm going to walk them through how other organizations get great outcomes.